Hello students, this is the second part of our same lesson, that is the need of a parliament. Okay, so previously we have learnt a little bit part of this lesson. Now we are proceeding with the same, that is the first point is Rajya Sabha. Now what the Rajya Sabha it is? Rajya Sabha is also called as an upper house, have the seats in the proportion of their population. Okay, means whatever the proportion of the population, as per that the seats are decided. It is a permanent house which never dissolve, but after every 2 years, one third of its members get retired. Every member, every members has a term of 6 years. Rajya Sabha can have maximum 250 members, but at present there are 245 members in Rajya Sabha. Among these 245, the 233 members represents the states and union territories. The remaining 12 members are nominated or appointed by the president, which are the famous personalities from the various fields. In the absence of the vice president, who is the chairman of the house, means of the Rajya Sabha, the deputy chairman, who is chosen by the members of Rajya Sabha, presides the meetings. Rajya Sabha members are also called as the member of parliament, that is MPs. Okay, so this is what the Rajya Sabha. Now we are moving towards our next point, that is the vice president. So vice president is elected by the members of both the houses of parliament, means the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. He holds the office for a period of 5 years. He presides over the Rajya Sabha as ex officio chairman, means he is the chairman of Rajya Sabha. Then 4 number point, that is he takes over as a president in case of the office of president falls vacant, means if the president it is not there, then the vice president takes over as a president due to the death, resignation, illness, or any other reasons. Now we are moving towards the next point, that is the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is also called as lower house. It comprises the elected members by the people through universal adult franchise. Now what the universal adult franchise we have done in the first part. The country divided into several small areas that which are called as a constituencies for the conveniency of election. Means India is a vast country, so it is fragmented into the smaller areas. That areas are called as a constituency, and this is only for the purpose of election. From these various each constituency elects one representative from the various political parties which are represented in the constituencies in parliament, and that members of Lok Sabha are called as MP or the member of parliament. There are 545 members, out of which the 530 are elected from states and 13 from the union territories of the country. If the president feels that the Anglo-Indian community is insufficiently represented, he or she can nominate the 2 members from the Anglo-Indian community in the Lok Sabha. So they are elected for 5 years, means the 5 years is the period for the Lok Sabha members. The president can dissolve the house before the completion of its tenure, and that is in case of ruling party loses its majority. At the time of emergency, the tenure can be extended up to 1 year. So this is what the Lok Sabha. Okay, now we are going to learn about the functions of the parliament. The functions of the parliament, indeed, the first is what? The selecting the national government. Selecting the national government. So after the election result, the party wins, that party which wins a majority seats invited by the president to form a government. Means that political party who acquired the maximum seats in the election is invited by the president to form the government in the center. To form a government, the party should have at least half, that means the 272 members or more in the as to prove the majority. If no party is in the majority, then the 2 or more parties with similar objectives come together and they form a government. So this type of government is called as a coalition government. The same which is there at present in the state of Maharashtra. Then the political parties which are not in ruling position in the parliament are called opposition parties. Okay, so these are the opposition parties who are not actually in the ruling position, but they are also very important in the parliament. The selection of executive is an important function of the Lok Sabha. The executive implements the laws made by the parliament. The ruling party chooses a prime minister. He or she appoints minister for various departments. Means the different departments are there, and the ministers for these departments are appointed by the prime minister and advises the president on important issues. So now about the prime minister. Okay, now he is a real head of the country. He appoints the president. He holds the position for 5 years with majority in parliament. He is the chairperson of the planning commission. He advises president on the important issues like appointments of judges, chief election commissioner, etc. He allocates the department or the duties to the ministers. So these are what the functions of prime minister. There are the 3 types of ministers. That are the cabinet minister, then the state ministers of state, and deputy minister. So the cabinet ministers hold the important departments like the defense, home, finance, foreign affairs, etc. These ministers are called as a cabinet ministers. And the second is the ministers of state. They hold the independent department or can work under the cabinet ministers. Then the next is, that is the deputy minister. They support the state and the cabinet ministers. Okay, so this is how the points we have covered in this lecture. The remaining part we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.